The winner taking the conference and a berth to the California Raisin Bowl. It's next on Sports Channel. For the very first time, expanded Bulldog Stadium is completely sold out. Over 40,000 are here to watch the final showdown. It's the San Jose State Spartans versus the Fresno State Bulldogs. San Jose State has won their last 14 in a row in the Big West Conference. They come in this year unblemished tonight. A perfect 6-0. Fresno State was upset a few weeks ago at Utah State by a point, but if they win tonight, they will tie it and win it this year and take their title. Hello again, everybody. Greg Pop alongside Jack Snow, and today is Rivalry Saturday in college football all around the country. Tremendous rivalries being played, but tonight we say goodbye to a rivalry, potentially, out here in the Big West Conference. San Jose State and Fresno State, one of the most ferocious rivalries out here, may be going away. At least temporarily it will, because Fresno State next summer enters the WAC. So tonight, Jack, may be the final showdown.
Yeah, it could be the swan song, something we hope does not happen, because this game, these two teams, and particularly these two coaches over the last couple of years, some outstanding games, great personnel, and I tell you what, a tremendous rivalry. I would hope that these two schools get together, and try and schedule a home-and-home somewhere down the road.
They've been a lot alike over the years, and they have similar problems heading into this football game. Quarterback quandaries in both San Jose and Fresno because of injury. San Jose State will start tonight, apparently. Sophomore Jeff Garcia. He'll get it over Matt Veach, the fifth-year senior. Sprained his ankle last week in the first quarter against Hawaii, but Garcia has done very well filling in.
Garcia is basically the backup guy. He comes in off the bench, and what an outstanding guy he comes in at. Second in the conference, third in the NCAA in passing efficiency, and you saw against Hawaii, 392 yards. Pretty agile, this youngster.
This San Jose State offense, Jack, is high-powered. They do it both on the ground and in the air. And on the ground, their featured back is the senior, Maceo Barbosa.
5'10", 200-pounder, 4 times this season. He's rushed for 100-plus yards. 135 last week against Hawaii. He's rushed and caught passes totaling 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. He has got to have a good game tonight for San Jose State.
We're going to see a couple of the best safety men in all of football. Hashimu Kolar for San Jose State playing his last game, and he says, this is the biggest game of my life.
5'10", 188-pound senior, second leading tackler on the team with 71. He's got to be on his game tonight, too. Force versus a run, and he's got to cover in that secondary, come up with a big play or two.
For Fresno State, Jack, the quarterback injuries are more significant. In fact, we don't know right now who will start at quarterback. Jim Sweeney, very outspoken head coach here, very tight-lipped this week and would not tell us who the quarterback will be. We know it's down to 2 guys, though. Yes. It's either going to be Mark Barsotti, the senior, trying to bounce back after breaking his leg 5 weeks ago. What a tremendous story that would be to return. Or possibly the redshirt freshman Trent Dilfer also has an injury. He chipped a bone in his finger on a passing hand a couple weeks ago.
When you look at Barsotti, you watch him doing his drop-back drills tonight. Not quite there, not quite ready. If we see him, it'll be an emotional one for the crowd and for the team. The guy on the other side always had a very, very good filling-in performance. Trent Dilfer, a great athlete. Well, I think he's going to get the start. I think we'll see Dilfer starting tonight.
The strength of Fresno State offensively is their running game, but that is directly dependent on how well they pass the football. Calvin Means, one of their wide receivers, must play well tonight.
82 career receptions, 4th on the all-time Fresno State list. An outstanding possession-type receiver. You see him getting the crowd into this. Again, he doubles as a kickoff return man, averages 25 yards per return. He can break the big one.
You saw Hashimu Kolar a moment ago, and here's Fresno State's version, Marquez Pope. Probably whoever wins this game tonight, it'll be Kolar or Pope. That team representative will be the Big West Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I think it's a good probability. Again, Pope, 190 pounds this year. Last year played about a 175. Leads the team with 90 tackles. Has 3 interceptions. Is as good a free safety as you will see. Loves to force on the run, and he can play basically like a cornerback in a man-to-man situation.
They are pumped up here in Fresno. The Bulldogs come in at 9-1 overall, ranked number 23 in the country. San Jose State 6-3-1. We'll kick it when we come back right after this.
There's no distinction between car and driver in the Volkswagen Jetta. They are one. A oneness we call Fahrvergnügen. It's the way the car responds to your every move. The way its German engineering translates into genuine driving pleasure. Not every car company can promise that. In fact, there's only...
It entered our homes 50 years ago. It was television. Then came cable. And the good idea got even better. A few channels became dozens.
Well, here I am again with a chance for
Satellite technology wired us to the world with 24-hour movies, news, sports, and music.
Hello, cable system.
I'd like to order the fight, please.
Innovations that will come together in 1992.
To complement NBC's network coverage.
The Olympics triple cast. 3 separate cable channels. In addition to the NBC network broadcast. Commercial-free. All the best events. 15 days. 24 hours a day. The Olympics triple cast. Another cable triumph.
November 28th on AMC.
I'm not a drinker. I'm a drunk.
Winner of 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actor.
It shrinks my liver, doesn't it? It pickles my kidneys, yeah. But what does it do to my mind?
I'm gonna fight and fight and fight.
Ray Milland, Jane Wyman, Billy Wilder's powerful drama of one man's alcoholic nightmare, The Lost Weekend. Thursday, November 28th at 2 p.m. Pacific on AMC.
Alongside Jack Snow, Greg Papa back with you in Central California, the San Joaquin Valley Bulldogs Stadium. Over 40,000 are here to watch the 59th meeting between San Jose State and Fresno State, a series that began back in 1921. They have met annually the last 22 years, been one of the best rivalries on the West Coast. Jim Sweeney, a very high winning percentage here at Fresno State in his 14 years, but he is 5-8 lifetime against the Spartans. Terry Shea, in his second year, head coach of the San Jose State Spartans, beat Jim Sweeney last year 42-7. And these two coaches had some words heading into the game. We'll talk about that later on. Is Shea a bit upset that this series will not be taking place at least next year in 93. We're underway. The Bulldogs have won the toss, and they're going to take the football. Calvin Means is out across his 25-yard line. And we're going to find out right now who Jim Sweeney is going to start at quarterback. He would not divulge his starter. He must do it now. Somebody has to go out and play quarterback. It's got to be Trent Dilfer. The freshman will get the start. Barsotti with a broken leg will not start. Lorenzo Neal, Anthony Daigle. They also have Ron Rivers, very talented, Means and Sebring, and Marty Thompson, the tight end, very active. Their offensive line is humongous. They average 300 yards a game rushing the football. Here goes Lorenzo Neal on the first play from scrimmage. San Jose State has a very good rush defense out of their 3-man front. They play the 46, Valwithi, O'Connell, and Lyon. Greeny, Calgagno, Clark, and very active Raymond Bulls, the linebackers. Their secondary people, Grayer and Smith, Hashimu, Kolar, and Anthony Washington, very active roverback. Neal picked up 1 on first down. This is 2nd and 9. They run Neal again. And he dives out to the 33-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down. Chris Clark, linebacker, made the hit. Fresno State feels that they must rush the football tonight. Jim Sweeney says, we are not going to beat them passing. They're not going to beat us running. They have to pass it, but we really have to run the ball tonight.
Yeah, he wants to keep the ball away from that San Jose State offense, and he figures if Garcia's in there, Garcia's a pretty active quarterback. He wants to maintain possession of the football. Do not allow the San Jose State offense on the field. Terry Sweeney wants his offense out there.
They rush it again. Ron Rivers is near a first down. Looks like he picks it up. On the 3rd down and 4, They run the football. Troy Jensen makes the hit on the sophomore Rivers.
Key block by 78, Keelan Jackson. Now watch him come out. Right there's a good job by the offensive line for Fresno State, but the key block is by Keelan Jackson. Allows him to shoot up in there and pick up a nice chunk of yardage. First down for the Bulldogs.
Rivers last week over 100 yards again. He rushed for 122 as they beat Fullerton here 4 times this year. He has rushed for over 100. He's their top ground gainer coming in. Neal up front, and Rivers the tail of the eye. 4 straight plays. Fresno State runs the football. And Rivers picks up 5 on that 1st and 10 before Jeff Greeny makes the hit.
Jim Swinney had a wonderful 2-hour session with Jim yesterday afternoon. Tried to get him to tell me who he was going to start at quarterback. Would not do that. I think the gentleman should run for a political office here in the state. Does an outstanding job of skirting the issue at times. But I tell you what, he is a great guy. I love him. You got to have a lot of fun with him when you spend 2 hours with him.
Here's the 2nd and 5. Again, they run the football, and Neal cutting back, spinning across midfield, has the first down. Now this is just strength against strength. We've been talking about how Fresno State wants to run the ball, and Lorenzo Neal is obviously pumped up as he goes back to the huddle. But San Jose State, looking at their numbers, they appear to be a good team against the rush, but the Big Ten teams ran very well against them, and last week Hawaii diced him up and ran for almost 400 yards against him.
San Jose State is the #1 team in the conference against the rush defensively. They play the rush very, very well.
And they do this time, but Bowles does not put Rivers down. Raymond Bowles tried to whip him down, and Rivers stayed up.
Now Bowles is the outside linebacker. This is a guy that replaced Lionel Mayo from last year. Now it looks like he's going to come across the line of scrimmage. There's the handoff inside to Rivers. Right there, 40, he has got him. He's got to bring him down. Don't try and throw him down. Wrap him up. Here's another shot. This will be a great shot right here. Fights off the block. Excellent job. You got a shot. Now wrap him up. Slide down there. Wrap up those legs. Don't let him keep those legs churning. And Bowles knows he made an error. Should not allow that to happen. See that? He knows it.
Should have lost yards, and he wound up picking up 5. This is the 8th play of the drive, and Dilfer is yet to pass the football. Now that's a big part of it, certainly. Trent Dilfer, we saw him a couple of weeks ago in his first ever start, and he ran the ball well. He did himself. He ran for a couple of scores, beat UNLV, but he has not thrown a touchdown pass since becoming the starter, and on top of that, he has that bad finger.
Got that bad finger again. It's the ring finger on his throwing hand. He's got a little bit of a knuckle problem, but it has felt pretty good the last couple of days, and he feels like it shouldn't hinder him in his throwing ability, but he is a tremendous athlete. Averages 5.6 yards per rush. He can run.
3rd down and 1. They put Seabrook in motion, and they give it to Rivers, and he dives out for the first down. Fresno State is known around the nation, Jack, as wide receiver university, but not tonight, apparently. Their passing game has regressed significantly without Mark Barsoni, their senior leader, and Fresno State obviously wants to develop a strong ground game. But we highlighted at the top of the show Kelvin Means, because it appears right now they're just going to run the football right down their throats, but they still have the ability to hit some people deep.
Yeah, I think so. They've got a good set of receivers. Kelvin Means on one side and Malcolm Sebron on the other. But again, in the situation that Trent Dilfer is in, when he's going to throw, he is going to want to throw that possession-type pass, and that's where Kelvin Means will be so important. As you look at the ball, it's about, what, 1.5 feet?
Yeah, they're short. I thought initially he had plenty for the first down. And now it is a 4th down. Terry Shea's defense. He takes out some DBs and brings a few extra linemen in. Sweeney trying to get he wants them to quiet down. This place is sold out for the first time ever and a little bit too loud. They go to the full house, bring Mike Berg in, and Lorenzo Neal picks it up. First down, Fresno State.
Interesting concept to look for a moment like the left side of the offensive line for Fresno State was in an unbalanced situation, yet they run to the back to the weak side. Again, Coach Sweeney feels very confident about this offensive line. Jesse Hardwick, Johnson, Jason James, Keelan Jackson, and Ron Collins. He feels up front they can handle this San Jose State defense.
And especially, Jack, on the right side, you see big Melvin Johnson there, 62. He's going to be a pro. He goes well over 300 pounds, and Hardwick, the tackle next to him, is 290. They pitch it to Rivers, and Jeff Greeny has him under tackle, but You could tell that Ron Rivers does not go down easily.
That's a big play by Jeff Greeny. Now, this guy had to come in this year and replace Mike Schlauber, who was an outstanding outside backer for the Spartans last year. And Greeny, 6 foot, 220-pound senior, 8 tackles for losses this year. That was his 9th. And when you look at the losses, tackles for losses by San Jose State, it's unbelievable. 84 tackles for losses this year. Greeny has 9 of those.
Well, they do it with a 46 defense. They will bring a linebacker or a DB very consistently. Dilfer's first pass of the night, a little high, but Frank Jones pulls it down. And he has the first down at about the Spartan 15-yard line. There's Frank Jones, the senior from right here in Fresno.
A good job by the quarterback reading the zone coverage. The up man, the corner comes up, the safety's got to get over deep. And what Dilfer does, see him shoot it right in the seam. Heck of a job. Nice job of getting that ball in there before D. Grayer, who's playing deep outside. Grayer's got to get a little bit closer. See how soft he was playing? Excellent job of concentration on the part of Frank Jones. And there he is, number 7, his 8th catch of the year.
He has scored 1 touchdown this year. 1st and 10, Lorenzo Neal picks up 7 yards. Running behind the right side of the offensive line, Fresno State feels very confident that they are going to control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you got Melvin Johnson at 305, Jesse Hardwick at 290, and they just ate up the right side. Simon Vaifi was just blown out over there by Jesse Hardwick. Good job of blocking by the Bulldogs offense.
2nd down and 3 for Dilfer. 8:50 to play, a very time-consuming first possession. Lorenzo Neal is going to be short. They will face another 3rd down. Heshimu Kolar, 25, stepped up to put Lorenzo Neal down. They are using Lorenzo Neal very, very extensively on this first drive. He is a good back, Jack, but he's more of a complementary back. He is not the featured guy usually, but he is on this drive.
But you see, in this situation, as we talked about before the game, right now Fresno State wants to jam the football on the ground down the throats of the Spartans, and they're doing it.
Very little there.
I think it may be enough for the first down. It depends on the spot of the ball. Yeah,
first down.
They're going to get it.
It'll be a 1st and goal. They brought in Anthony Daigle. He, along with Rivers, are sharing the tailback position with Lorenzo Neal, the fullback. 1st and goal for Fresno State. What a drive this has been. Only 1 pass play. And he may pass for the score. Marty Thompson, touchdown.
Nice job by Marty Thompson, the 6'4", 230-pound junior tight end now. You don't hear a lot about this guy, but the 2nd leading receiver on the team, his 7th touchdown catch of this year. A down block, fakes a down block. In the meantime, the quarterback is faking to the back away. A little waggle to the outside, and there he is wide open. Nice job, Marty Thompson.
And that is the first touchdown pass thrown by Dilfer this year. Derek Mahoney makes his 56th consecutive extra point. And Fresno State just took the football and drove it down the Spartans' throats on the first possession.
Southern California car buyers. Geo Metro Smart Lease from GMAC. As low as $139 a month. Special limited Geo Metro lease. 45 miles per gallon city, 50 miles per gallon highway. As low as $139 a month. Southern California Chevrolet and Geo dealers.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Fresno State scoring their 62nd touchdown of the season. They lead the country in points per game at better than 45. And Dilfer throws his first TD of the year. A little play pass to Marty Thompson in the back of the end zone. For those of you watching the Sports Channel Florida, they know a thing or two about college football, I guess.
I would say so. With the 3 teams they've got down there, welcome aboard. Yes.
Welcome to Fresno. Greg Papa and Jack Snow. Fresno State Bulldogs and the San Jose State Spartans of the Big West Conference. For the 7th straight year, one of the teams will win the title, and tonight's game will decide it. Very short kick taken by Gary Charlton, and he's out across the 25-yard line. This will be San Jose State's first possession of the game. And Terry Shea huddles up his team and then sends them in directly after calling the play. The sophomore Jeff Garcia gets the start over Veach, who will miss with a bad ankle. Barbosa and Hawthorne the backs. Jackson, Blakes, and Blackman the starting wide receivers. They have had some injury up front, but the strength of their line is the right side. Falatoy and Josefa. That's where they like to run behind. Barbosa moves up in a slot. Nobody behind Garcia. He's going to throw deep to begin, and it is not caught. He was going for Walter Brooks Jr. A flag is down. Not as far downfield. The flag is lying at the 39-yard line.
Tell you what, Brooks had a step on Emory Braxton, and for a moment, a brief moment, it looked as if Walter should have made that catch.
Jack Gatto, of course, is the official tonight, a big game.
I think it's going to be against the Bulldogs.
It is.
Chad. Chad.
This will be interesting. He's got his mic open, doesn't know it. Chad, was that you want the anchovy pizza, or did you want the which one?
Talking
do you want?
to Chad Brown.
Illegal participation. 12 men on the defense. First down.
I'd say that's illegal participation.
Well, you got to try it, see if you can get away with it. What the heck, Greg? You know, you try it real early in the ball game and test those officials, see if they're counting.
Here's a look at Emory Braxton, their right cornerback, a senior out of Detroit. Fresno State plays a lot of man-to-man. They'll give you a little bit deep zone look, but they like to play man-to-man. They have very good cornerbacks, and San Jose State's strength is their wide receivers. That's a good matchup.
Yeah, they got 5 receivers in the top 20 in the Big West Conference in receiving, so they've got some talented kids.
There's Garcia going deep again for Bobby Blackman. And he's got it. Blackman gets deep on Burton. James Burton is beaten, the sophomore, by Bobby Blackman out at the 29 of Fresno State.
Bobby Blackman running a corner route in the nickel package against James Burton. I tell you, almost somewhat of a gifted release there by Jeff Garcia off his back foot, but tell you what a great job of concentration on the part of Bobby Blackman. Look at it right there. Burton comes up late. Blackman concentrate all the way in. Big catch for the youngster. Nice job.
Bobby Blackman, a terrific high school basketball player, thought he would play in the Pac-10, but he went to the Big West to play football, but he goes up like that a lot and just pulls balls away. Garcia got a play pass on 1st and 10. He's a good runner. Takes a hit, but he has good yardage. Darren Boyer, 36, hit him. Now Garcia is a very strong runner. That's a big worry to Fresno State defensively. He plays a 3-4 with Judd Foles, Zach Ricks, Earl Oliver up front. Thiessen, Jenkins, Boyer who made the hit there, and Steve Lee is the rover man. Tony Brown, Stacy Wilcox, Marquez Pope, and Emory Braxton in the secondary. Jim Sweeney calls Garcia a mini Roger Staubach. He has rushed for 5 touchdowns this year. Inside handoff to Maceo Barbosa on the 2nd and 1, and Barbosa has a Spartan first down at Fresno State's 15-yard line. Again, Darren Boyer made the hit on Barbosa, who was approaching 1,000 yards.
Good average for Maceo Barbosa, 4.5 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns. Now remember, this is a guy who had to come in and take Sheldon Canley's spot. Remember what an outstanding performer Canley was. Barbosa at the beginning of the season, a little down mentally. Didn't know if he could handle that I-back spot or that tailback spot. Has come on very strong, an outstanding season.
3 wide receivers and Barbosa the lone setback. Again they pass, and Garcia now will run for a few. Garcia down to the 10-yard line, picks up 6 yards. Steve Lee, rover back, hit him. Well, this game is really early on materializing into what we exactly expected. Fresno State thought they could run the football. They've done that very well. San Jose State felt they could pass it deep. They've done that early. And Jim Sweeney very concerned about the element that Terry Shea has at quarterback because Garcia is such a good scrambler.
Talking with Terry last night, he says, we want our offense on the field. We want them so they don't stand on the sideline and kind of get local. We got to have them in there moving around because we do so many different things. We run a lot. Sometimes we'll call 2 plays and get a goal, and we run this and we'll throw that. He says, we got to keep moving all the time. Here's an audible.
Play clock is down to 4. They pitch it to Barbosa. And did he go in? He's in for a touchdown, apparently. He did not step out of bounds. Maceo Barbosa.
What a great block by Alton Falatoy, the right guard. He pulls and he leads the sweep, and he knocks Marquez Pope on his backside. Barbosa doing a fine job. Now watch the little toss sweep to the right side. Look for 74 on the left side. See him take on Pope right there? Yes, he goes down, but he takes Pope out of the pitcher, and Maceo just bounces into the end zone. Nice job of blocking and a fine run.
And yes, very clearly, he did not step out of bounds. Barbosa's 9th touchdown of the year. There's the PAT by Nedney. They've been having some severe kicking problems, but Nedney makes this one. And we are tied at 7. Each team 1 possession, each team 1 touchdown.
If you are living to today's beat, you'll love the Limbo Maniacs, Perubu, and 14 other new music artists on Music Matters, the free CD that's yours only from Details, the men's magazine for the 90s, written to today's beat. We cover the music scene from every angle and hit the world's streets to find the styles you want to wear. We interview those who are cool and those who are hot. And our features take you from a cross-country trek with Nicolas Cage to the front lines of today's most provocative events. Details captures the excitement of sports from courtside to trackside to mountainside and makes you laugh with comics you won't find in the Sunday funnies. Details for every man who wants the best the 90s have to offer. Subscribe now for just $1 an issue and get the electrifying Music Matters CD free with your paid subscription.
Call 1-800-972-1600 to order Details and get your free CD today.
Maceo Barbosa just scored on a 10-yard run, and he got a lot of help along the way. Alton Falatoy, the right guard, with a big block, number 74.
Watch Marquez Pope all the way. He's got to make this tackle, and he knows it. He knocks 74 down, but 74 does his job. He goes down, and he also takes Marquez Pope down, and that allows Maceo Barbosa to high step into the end zone.
We are watching tonight, Jack, the first and the 4th best offenses in the nation total yardage. They score on each of their first possessions. Calvin Means slipping out to his 30-yard line. San Jose State scoring drive, 75 yards. It began following a 31-yard pass to Bobby Blackman. Garcia scrambled for a few yards on that drive, and Barbosa finished it off.
Look at the time of possession, 2 minutes and 13 seconds, and San Jose State goes 75 yards. Fresno State used up 7 minutes and 3 seconds of the clock on their drive. They went a long way too. They went 73, but San Jose State doing what they want to do, Fresno State doing what they want to do offensively.
Now Dilfer will pass for the 3rd time, and he swings it just behind Marty Thompson, his tight end.
I think that Doug Calgagno, the inside linebacker, may have been closest to picking that off. Dilfer again rolling out, waiting for his tight end to come across the field. He finds him. He tries to drill a ball in there. Not a good choice. Is that 19 right there who almost comes up with it? Yes, it is. That's Doug Calgagno. It was a backup rover in 1990, but tell you what, that ball, a bad choice on the part of Trev Dilfer. Don't throw it when you've got an opposite colored shirt right there in your line of sight.
In preparing for this game, San Jose State thought they would face Barsotti. Well, now they get Dilfer. He's going to pass again. Upfield, Thompson makes the juggling catch and is pushed out at the 45 of San Jose State. Marty Thompson pushed out by Freddie Smith.
Marty Thompson runs an over route again. Watch him. He's in the up position right now. Looks like a little bit of a slot back. This guy's 6'4", 230 pounds. So watch him. Sneaks around. Now he's going to sneak right across that secondary area in the intermediate zone. Nice catch. He tips it with his left hand. Now tuck it up and deliver a blow to that defensive back, and he does just that. He knocks Freddie Smith down. Big play, another big play by tight end Marty Thompson.
1st and 10. Lorenzo Neal, very difficult to tackle. as he went down low. Lorenzo Neal much more animated tonight. Look at him walking back to the huddle with the head bobbing consistently. He's very into this football game.
Well, he's got that swagger now. He knows that, hey, this is going to be my night. He was basically told that by Jim Sweeney. We're keeping it on the ground. We want a big night from you, Lorenzo. And at 6 foot, 225 pounds, I'll tell you what, averaging 4.4 yards a carry, he's ready for this one. He is up for it. He's got the new black shoes on, as the entire team does for this evening's ball game.
That's a new look for the Bulldogs. Neal is wrapped up by Calgagno on the 2nd and 6. He gets very little. That'll bring up a 3rd down for Fresno State.
And that's a key. You mentioned Calgagno. He and Chris Clark, they have got to have good nights. When I talked with Donnie Ray, the defensive coordinator, last night at length, I asked him, are there any two guys, or is there a single guy that's got to have a good night? He says, yeah, we have to have great play from our inside backers, Calgagno and Chris Clark. They've got to be real instrumental in this ball game tonight.
Little blood on the pants for Calgagno. 3rd down and 5. Draw to Neal. They don't get it. Kevin O'Connell, the nose guard, hit him. And Fresno State must give it over on downs.
It's a good play by Kevin O'Connell, a nose tackle for San Jose State. This Coach Sweeney, things are going his way so far. He thinks so.
Punting for Fresno State will be Brad Siegel, their senior. 38.9 overall this year. The last 16 punts better than 43. His average was down just over 34. Nation Kolar calls for a fair catch at the 16-yard line. San Jose State will put it in play. 1st and 10 when we come back. 3:14 to go in the first quarter. Good football game. Spartans and Dogs each have 7.
Have you ever seen someone when they come out of a salon? They're happy and they look great. That's because they feel beautiful. Think about it. Hairstyling is creating beauty. People looking their absolute best. Uncovering beauty and enhancing it, that's style. To get that, start with a professional hairstylist. Take their advice and use Paul Mitchell products.
Paul Mitchell products are guaranteed only when purchased in fine salons.
If you like sports, wow, you gotta love Sports Channel. Southern California's favorite regional sports network. Sports Channel has all the hits. Wow. The best sports action all year round. Sports Channel. Don't miss it.
Well, we've been telling you all night the winner of this game will win the Big West Championship and get the bid to the California Bowl, representing the conference against the winner of the Mid-American Conference this year. The Bowling Green Falcons went unbeaten in the MAC, and overall they were 10-1. Had a squeaker last week, though. Just beat Ball State 14-13. Their season is done, so they're getting ready to play either the Spartans or the Bulldogs. They're probably watching this game and scouting.
Yeah, and tell me that they're not going to be excited about coming to California in December.
San Jose State, game tied at 7. They'll have their second possession. Jeff Garcia looping it downfield again. And Gary Charlton catches it, but out of bounds. Well, again, Fresno State plays man-to-man defense, and San Jose State has the great wide receivers. And what they like to do a lot, Jack, is just throw the ball up and let their wide receivers, who they feel are better athletes than the opponents, just go up and get the football. They've done that sideline pattern now 3 times.
Oh, absolutely. They run that go a lot. They run an awful lot of deep routes. And again, it's because, as you say, the talent level of their group of receivers. Again, they have 5 of the top 20 receivers in the Big West Conference. Very talented young men.
Maceo Barbosa. He has the first down. Across the 40. Maceo Barbosa. 85 yards. Welcome to those of you watching on Sports Channel America. We are in Bulldog Stadium in Fresno. Greg Papa with Jack Snow, and that man, Maceo Barbosa, just ripped off an 85-yard touchdown run to give the San Jose State Spartans a 13-7 lead here late in the first quarter over the Fresno State Bulldogs. Barbosa has carried the ball now 3 times tonight for 99 yards.
Well,
85 healthy average.
He'll get better, believe me now. He'll get better. Oh, look at the snap.
The problem with the kicking game is Garcia cannot handle the snap. And Jeff Beeson hits him. They lateral it to Blair Zur, little Cal Stanford from the early 80s. And it's finally done.
A lot of problems.
Barbosa's second touchdown of the night. He went in from 10 earlier and took it 85 yards a row.
A lot of things happen in a play like this. First, the offensive line, a little delayed draw. He runs right by one of the inside backers, cuts back with a key block. Now look downfield. He's going to get some help from his outside receivers. You see right there, 85, Gary Charlton. He holds off Emery Braxton and allows Barbosa. And there again, coming in late, 87, Dave Doherty comes in right there. Again, another look at this. This would be a good shot. A little draw to the left side. Now he's going to break it back to the right. A key block right there by 71. Yosefa does a fine job. Barbosa reads downfield. There's the help on Braxton by Charlton. Now it's just a foot race, and I don't think anybody's going to catch him. At least that's what Maceo's saying. Nobody's going to get me. You like this shot. Again, the delayed draw. Starts off to the left side, key block by Yosefa, bounces it back to the right side, little straight arm. Now looking for some help downfield. He's got his receivers. Gary Charlton runs right by all the way 85.
I don't think anybody's going to catch him.
No, I don't think so.
He did the wrap on him as the ball goes out of bounds, and they'll have to kick it again or take it at the 35. The wrap on Barbosa has been, he doesn't have the breakaway type speed. His longest previous rush from scrimmage this year was 44 yards, but he showed off the speed that time on that right sideline.
He looked good to me. I'll tell you what, he ran by a lot of guys in that secondary. Marquez Pope, Braxton, Stacy Wilcox, and Tony Brown on the way for the touchdown. He showed a lot of speed.
Fresno State will take it at their 35-yard line on their third possession. They went right down the field, rushing the football on their first and scored on a TD pass by Trent Dilford to the tight end Marty Thompson. And Barbosa has scored 2 in a row, and it's 13-7 San Jose State. This is being billed here as the final showdown. These two powers of the Big West Conference will not play again, at least in the near future, as after this year, Fresno State goes to the WAC. Ron Rivers on 1st and 10 picks up 5 yards. Again, running behind that right side of the offensive line. And that is their dominant side behind Melvin Johnson, 62, and 70, Jesse Hardwick.
Good job of turning him back to the inside, stringing it out first of all, and then turning it back to the inside. He wanted to bounce to the outside, but couldn't do it. Good defensive play on the part of the Spartan defense.
2:20 to play in the first quarter. Again, it's Ron Rivers. Has the first down. Out to midfield.
Weak side trap. Again, Melvin Johnson will pull. Ron Collins, the left tackle. Watch, he'll come from left to right. He pulled with big 78 Keelan Jackson. Follow 60. Follow 60. See right there? Ties up that linebacker. A smooth move put on by Ron Rivers, cutting back to the inside. The key block, though, is that big number 60. Ron Collins doing a fine job.
Rivers comes into the football game with a rushing average of 7.7. Second best in the country. Now they're going to swing it to him. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or two pickup for Rivers. 7.7 per rush. Only Calvin Jones of Nebraska has a better per carry average.
Not bad. 7 yards a pop. You know, you get to that 4.5 yards per pop. Anything over 4, that's pretty good. But when you get up to that 7.7, that's outstanding for any back.
Fresno State expanded over the summer their Bulldog Stadium here. This place now holds 40,513. Tonight is the first ever sellout of expanded Bulldog Stadium. Dilfer over the middle, and the first down. Chris Clark on the tackle of Calvin Means.
Means we highlighted in the pregame, the possession receiver starting from the right side, running a quick slant over the middle. There it is. Nice job, follows the ball all the way in before he's knocked down high, brought down by D. Greer. In San Jose State, D. Greer, they may have to give him some help as you watch Means exit the field, because Fresno State, they feel if there's a guy in that secondary they're going to pick on, it's going to be number 3, D. Greer.
Trent Dilfer, check out these numbers. He has hit 6 of his first 7 for 66 yards and a TD pass. Hands it off for nothing. Jamie Christian is blasted by Chris Clark, the inside linebacker, the junior who leads the Spartans in tackles, coming in with 77.
Nice fill, too, by that guy right there, 225-pound senior.
Time remaining in the first quarter, and it's been a good one. Welcome to Sports Channel New York. It is in time for the last play of the first quarter. Fresno State has the football. Play clock down to 1 as Trent Dilfer, the freshman quarterback, hikes it, and now he's going to run it. Up the sideline, he steps out near a first down. And we're going to get one more play this quarter. He's out with 3 seconds to go.
And the one knock on Dilfer is that he is not nifty, whereas Barsotti is. But watch the way this guy runs. This kid here is a tremendous athlete. He's got good speed. He's got great speed. One interesting thing at the conclusion of this, as he goes out of bounds, watch 19 does not take a shot at him, and that's Doug Calcagno. He was so close, he ran so far, but I'll tell you what, he pulled back just in time to avoid a personal foul penalty. But this kid Dilfer, he can pick him up, put him down, he can move him.
Well, he's a big, strong guy, actually bigger physically than Barsotti. He's 6'5", 225-pounder. He has the first down. Terry Shea says, though, the difference is that he's not light on his feet. He's a big, strong guy, tough to tackle, but he's not nimble.
Well, there's a difference, and you know the difference is being fast as opposed to being quick, and that's where Barsotti comes in. He is very quick with his foot speed. This guy is fast from point A to B. He can really go. But you look at Barsotti right there, as you see him moving, he is quick. He's got the quick feet. He may not run the same speed in a 100-yard dash that Dilfer does, but I'll tell you, in a 40, he would be quicker.
Well, he's not so quick right now with a broken left leg.
Hard to run with a cast.
That's why he's not playing tonight, and has not the last, this will be the 5th week. Lorenzo Neal gets hit by Anthony Washington, the rover back, and that is the end of the first quarter. We're going to have fun tonight from Fresno. 13-7, San Jose State.
Wasn't going to play. He told everybody he couldn't play. He couldn't even come out for the introductions. But what happened was, in the 9th inning, just as the team was coming off the field to bat in the bottom of the 9th, I had it all planned that the hitters were Socia, Hamilton, and Griffin. So I told Mike Davis he was going to hit for the pitcher, which was the 4th hitter in the inning if somebody got on. Well, the bat boy came to me and he says, hey, he said, Gibson wants to see you in the back of the tunnel. So I ran back there, and Gibson was there, and he said, I think I could hit. And I ran back out. I didn't even give him a chance to say, change his mind or anything. So then I come out and I said, change of plans, Mike. I said, I want you to hit for Griffin, the 3rd hitter. So Gibson wanted to come out on the on-deck circle, and I didn't want him to, because everybody in the ballpark heard through Vince Scully and everything that Gibson was no way going to play. No one even in uniform. He was in the clubhouse, in the trainer's room, packed and nice. So when I said Mike Davis up to hit for Griffin, I put Anderson on the on-deck circle, pretending like he was going to be the hitter for the pitcher. Now, Eckersley, a side-wheeling right-hander. Mike Davis was a left-hand hitter who had played for them the year before and hit 20-some home runs. So they were going to pitch carefully to him, knowing that Anderson was the next hitter. As soon as they walked him on 4 pitches, that's when we sent Gibson out. He hit the ball out of the ballpark to win the ball game.
Standing alongside his head coach, Jim Sweeney, in the red sweater, there's Mark Barsotti, number 11, with the wrap on the left leg. He has a broken fibula. He broke it 5 weeks ago. The normal procedure with that is at least 6 weeks. He worked hard this week to play, but he just could not do it. So Barsotti, who has been the leader of this team the last 4 years, he had made 41 consecutive starts, has to watch Trent Dilfer, the redshirt freshman, play this last meeting with San Jose State. This is 2nd down and 10. They run Ron Rivers, backing his way for about 7 or 8 yards. Anthony Washington on the hit. At the end of 1 quarter, Fresno State picked up 2 more total yards, but they did it in different manners.
Look at the total plays at the bottom. 8 plays for San Jose State, 27 for Fresno State. The yardage exactly the same. What does that tell you? The Spartans pick it up in big chunks. Fresno State wants to grind it out.
Explosive. San Jose State 85-yard run by Barbosa and a 2-minute touchdown drive. Lorenzo Neal dives out near the first down. He needs to get just across the 15. See, will they spot him? Scott Jablonski, number 60, backup linebacker on the tackle.
Heads in over there up the right guard, in behind Melvin Johnson. He gets popped a good one, but I'll tell you what, Kolar tattoos of also in there is big number 60, Scott Jablonski.
There's Hashimu Kolar, the senior from San Jose. He is a tremendous hitter. Terry Shea says that the key thing about Kolar, they're going to be short, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Kolar does not miss tackles. But when he hits you, he brings you down, and he's a very good cover guy. NFL scouts have him graded high. He's right now thought to be a middle rounder. They see him as a punt returner in the National Football League and a nickelback.
Yeah, he'll be a decent free safety possibly and a nickelback. But you go to Marquez Pope, the other free safety, he could actually play almost a man-to-man situation. Marquez Pope maybe will go a little higher in the draft.
Full house backfield. Anthony Dago dives for the first down. And this time they went over the left side of the offensive line. Dago, the sophomore tailback, has really performed well. Rivers was out to injury a few weeks ago, and Dago stepped in to rush for 124 yards. In fact, the last 4 weeks he has picked up 320 yards, and 2 times he's rushed for better than 100. So they really have 3 backs they'll lean on quite a bit.
You talked
Lorenzo
about
Neal and Rivers, and also Dago.
You talked about Rivers averaging 7.7. Well, Dago is no slouch. He averages a little over 5 yards per carry.
They blitz, and Dilfer just does hand it off. That's that 46 defense. They attack the gaps.
Bill Lobsinger comes in. Watch 43. He'll come in. He'll wrap up Trent Dilfer, the quarterback. There's 19, Calgagno. He's sneaking in. See 43. Watch him going right now for Dilfer. He does a fine job forcing him to hand off early. But again, good help inside. Doug Calgagno and Chris Clark, the inside backers, make that happen. And there they are. And there's 43. Big play by the junior down lineman.
46 defense is known as a good blitzing defense, but it works very effectively against the rush because it does attack those gaps. Lorenzo Neal has to fight for 3 or 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down coming up for Fresno State. Again, the Roverback, Anthony Washington, tackling Lorenzo Neal.
You talk about that 46 defense. What the basic premise on that is you take a couple of your linebackers, you slide the defensive line down, and you overload on one side, strong or weak, with your linebackers to try and screw up the blocking scheme of the offense. You've got 2 guys that are far more mobile. You can bring one, as you say, in a blitz, or you can bring them both, which creates a lot of havoc in your pass protection scheme.
From the 7-yard line, this is a 3rd down and 4. Play clock at 6. Dilfer into the end zone, deflected by Freddie Smith, trying to hit Calvin Means. Very good coverage by Freddie Smith.
They run a slot to the right side, and what that does is that put Kelvin Means all by himself against Freddie Smith, man-to-man. Means tries to jump to the inside. It looks like he has him beat, but Freddie Smith is right there. Has 3 interceptions this year. Kelvin Means, on the other hand, 29 catches coming into this ball game. So you got 2 very good players going against each other.
21-yard field goal coming up for Derek Mahoney. He missed his first field goal attempt of the year, and then made 10 in a row before missing last week. And this one is good. Mahoney, the sophomore, is good from 21 yards away. 12:23 to go. First half, Spartans 13, Bulldogs 10.
Take care of my body. Play a lot of sports. Play to win. I go to Sport Mart. They got the best at the best prices.
For the way you play.
Me and the guys are fishing this weekend, and we're going to Sport Mart for all our equipment. They guarantee the lowest prices. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Keep refreshments cool with Coleman's new 34-quart cooler. Features unique living hinge hamper-style lid. Only $16.94. Sport Mart guarantees Coleman for less.
Sport Mart. For the way you play.
News critic comments about the sports writers on TV.
You have provided us with quite a few pregnancies in the lifetime of this show.
And I've heard enough about it. I don't want any part of it.
That poor, suffering, beautiful lady, she may be picketing this basement. What's moonlighting, though? What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
What is moonlighting?
There must be a show.
It's
on a thing called TV.
Hey, what's it?
Unlike a moonlighting.
Well, who got pregnant on Moonlight?
Wasn't Bruce Willis.
This game could well come down to kicking, as evenly matched as they are, and that is a big advantage for Fresno State with Derek Mahoney. He has now made 11 of 13 field goals, but San Jose State has only made 11 of 19 this year. They've missed their last 6, and they missed that last P18, which right now has their lead down to 3. It could be 4.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was one of the big concerns for Terry Shea, his special teams, his snaps, his holes, and his kicks.
Brad Siegel, the punter, kicks off, and Donald Lindsay is under tackle at the 15-yard line. Good special teams coverage by the Bulldogs. 65-yard drive, capped off by the Mahoney 24-yard field goal. Mahoney has some tendinitis in his knee. That's why he is not kicking off. He will be fine, they say, though, on the PATs and the field goals, but the punter, Siegel, will kick off. 12:19 to play in the first half. It is 13-10 Spartans, and they go on a 1st and 10. Jeff Garcia, sophomore quarterback. 3rd in the nation in passing efficiency. Maceo Barbosa, he lost a yard. Earl Oliver, 66. Judd Fole, 92. They're all in to hit him.
And they got a good 3-down line. Earl Oliver, Zach Ricks, and Judd Fole do an outstanding job up front for Fresno State. Defensively, number 1 in the conference against the rush. Number 2, allowing just about 151 some yards per game rushing. Number 1 against the pass. So they're a very good defensive team.
Oliver, last few years played at nose guard. He has slid over to right end this year. And Zach Ricks really has come on at the nose guard spot. 2nd down of 11. Blackman moving in motion. Maceo Barbosa gets 3.
Little pushing and shoving starting to begin.
There's Matt Veach, the senior quarterback who was missing. A few weeks ago, he injured a knee against Cal. Sat out a couple of weeks, and Garcia really came on, had big weeks. Then, last week, Veach started against Hawaii. And he only played 4 plays. And he had to miss the rest of it with a sprained ankle after taking a hit. Veach did work out this week, but he's not the starter. Zach Ricks, nose guard we've been raving about. And Sweeney says he's the best nose man to ever play here at Fresno State. He goes off.
73 tackles, 7 of those for losses, and 9 quarterback pressures. But it's nice to see him try to jog. And maybe that right shoulder, maybe he has what's called a stinger. You know, they'll check it out, see if there's maybe he got popped in the head area.
The way that right arm is just laying limp, it looks like the shoulder. 3rd down and 8. It is caught for a 1st down. Maceo Barbosa took a real pop there from Marquez Pope. Also, Pete Jenkins on the hit, but Barbosa has the Spartan 1st down.
Watch this now. If you're the free safety, you're going to come up from the left side. He sees Barbosa all the way, zeroes in. He's got the radar on. C30, look at him. Bang! Boy, he just takes him down. A lot of help from Pete Jenkins, who sets him up. Here you go. Watch this shot. Here comes Torpedo Pope right there. He gets a free shot, man, and he makes the most of it. Yes.
Has Ronnie Lott changed the way free safeties play football?
Hadn't he?
Oh, man.
Hadn't he?
Marquez, little pontificating. There's a 1st and 10, 25-yard line. Leon Hawthorne in the slot. Garcia going to run for it. 1st down.
Garcia, I'll tell you, he read the opening. I think that is a design play because he did not sit back in that pocket long enough. Follow 5 all the way. Look at the offensive line. Good job up front by Falatoy. He feels the pressure coming from Earl Oliver. Just ducks up inside, right up the gut. Again, some key blocks by his offensive interior lineman. Gets into that secondary and slides for the 1st down.
Jim Sweeney, the Bulldogs head coach, expected coming in to see some quarterback draw. He also thinks the Spartans will run some option. He's really concerned about Garcia as a runner. Very even game. On the total yardage over the middle, a little high. 19, James Burton on the coverage of Maceo Barbosa over the middle.
We talked about Barbosa in the pregame as a rusher and receiver coming into this game, 1,100 yards, so they like to go to him an awful lot. He's a true talented kid. Again, remember, he's got to replace Sheldon Canley, who this year I think was on the IR with the San Francisco 49ers, but Barbosa having an outstanding season. The Big West Player of the Week against Long Beach State when he rushed for 184 yards. May eclipse that tonight, though.
Second down and 10. They blitz. And it's a reverse to Bobby Blackman. He has the side of the field. First down. And he's out at the Bulldog 43-yard line.
San Jose State will do that. They will use their outside people quite a bit. Now, this is not Blackman's first time. You see him going in motion. Now, he's going to pivot, stop, and come back around. This will be his 6th carry of 1991. He's averaging almost 8 yards a pop. He gets to the outside, looks for a block from Nick Trammer, 61, who tries to give him some help, but finally gets to the nearest sideline and just goes out of bounds. Watch it again right here. Follow 61. See him leave to the left. He's going to try and get outside to give Bobby Blackman some help. A little late, but Blackman doing a fine job turning the corner. There's 61 right there. Nice job, guys.
18-yard pickup, Jack, by Bobby Blackman there. First and 10. Over the middle. Doherty had a good shot for it. Actually went up the sideline. Jeff Thiessen, the linebacker, on the coverage. Dave Doherty. He dropped a ball a couple of weeks ago against California. Deep pass. Very significant turn of events in their loss there. That one should have been caught.
Well, he had Thiessen beat by about a step and a half, 2 steps. And when you have your defender beaten, that ball sailing in, and you got to kind of slow down for it. Too many things to look at, too many things to think, and that's what went through Dave Doherty's mind. Watch the ball, then try to catch it.
They are 5th in the country, San Jose State, in passing per game. Total yardage, they are 4th. 492 a game. And Fresno State is 1st.
And Nebraska is 2nd, so there's some heavy-duty company up there.
Second down, Garcia flushed. Gets rid of it.
He tries to throw that one away. Hangs in there. He gets a lot of pressure from Zach Ricks. I think Judd Foll also was in there for Fresno State. But he does a good job. Now here's where the quickness comes into play. Drop back setup. Here comes the pressure right up the middle. That's 54 coming in on him. He'll bounce to the outside. Still looking for his receiver. Still looking for his receiver. Then he tries to throw it to get rid of it. Just does escape a sack.
That was Brad Bell, 54, Jack, the backup left end who chased him. Zach Ricks, we saw him go off the field with a potential stinger or a shoulder problem. He returned and did get him down. Garcia, 3rd in the country in passing efficiency, off to a tough start.
Yeah, not bad behind Elvis Burback and Ty Detmer. That's a couple of heavyweight guys.
I've heard of them.
Yes, everybody has.
There's Garcia. He's going down. Brad Bell.
Nick Surface, I think, is in there for Fresno State. 91 comes in there. All kinds of time. Credit that sack to the secondary of Fresno State. There's big Nick Surface, 6'4", only a junior, 245 pounds. Now watch the time that Garcia has. Set up, no pressure from the outside, steps up into the pocket. Now there's Surface right there. Fights off the block, comes back to the inside, that's his 3rd sack this season.
And to punt is Todd Whitehurst, who went to high school in a rival conference with Trent Dilfer. Back to return of this Calvin Means. And not a great punt, but it will go down inside the 15-yard line. They'll down at the 12-yard line. Fresno State and Dilfer will take it back. They trail by a field goal.
Southern California car buyers. Geo Metro Smart Lease from GMAC. As low as $139 a month. Special limited Geo Metro lease. 45 miles per gallon city, 50 miles per gallon highway. As low as $139 a month. Southern California Chevrolet and Geo dealers.
2 minutes, 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109
Rich in tradition for 150 years, 11 national championships, 7 Heisman trophies, and 36 Hall of Famers. When it comes to football, Notre Dame brings history to life. Follow the nation's most celebrated football team every week with the Lou Holtz Show. It's more than highlights and features. It's behind the scenes with Lou Holtz, only on Sports Channel.
Jim Sweeney has the Spartans inside his doghouse tonight, where they are pretty tough to beat. Last 28 games, just one tie. They were tied last year by Utah State. And since 1987, they are 44-1-2 here. The one loss came in October of '87, beaten by the San Jose State Spartans in a memorable game, 20-16 final. It was then head coach Claude Gilbert of the Spartans and Sweeney getting into a towel-waving battle across the field. They've had some great matchups over the years.
Claude and Jim wouldn't do that, would they?
Doesn't seem like it. Here's Ron Rivers on 1st and 10. Young man Rivers, he keeps rolling along early. Jimmy Davis on the tackle. Rivers has been the workhorse. Very tough guy to bring down. He is just a tackle breaker where Anthony Daigle will play alongside, makes you miss. Elusive.
Tell you what, he did just that too, because a couple of guys for San Jose State, they had a chance to bring him down for a short gain of maybe a yard and a half, and he stepped right through both of those tackles at the line of scrimmage.
Rivers got 6 on that carry. He's rushed now for 48 yards. Here he goes again on his 10th carry. He will lose a couple here. Doug Calgagno on the tackle, number 19. There he is. Last year he was the special teams player of the year for the Spartans as a reserve rover back. For this year he has started every game, and he's 4th on the club in tackles, coming in with 66.
Replaces Steve Heber. Remember Heber now. Heber was an all-conference first-team selection, so they lost all of their linebackers basically, with the exception of Chris Clark. They being San Jose State had to fill in with some pretty good people. Cal Cagno doing a fine job.
Dilfer on the 3rd and 4. It is caught by Titus Winans. No, he didn't catch it. And he dropped that foot, or did he? Yes, he caught the football. It was an errant pass. Referee gave him the catch, though, at the 27-yard line. Nice catch by Winans.
Almost a screen there by the other receiver for Fresno State. Titus Winans comes in. As you see him now, he's leaving, but he came in behind one of his other receivers, made a nice catch.
Winans, only a sophomore, went to Carson High School down in Los Angeles.
Talk about averages. He's caught 10 this year for 221 yards. That's 22 yards per catch.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, trailing 13-10. Middle of the second quarter. Dilfer. A man wide open is Marty Thompson. Look at him hit people as he goes out.
The horse, Marty the horse. That's, I think, his 3rd catch tonight. He had the 1 touchdown, then another crucial catch. This was a big one right here, too, on a scramble on the part of Trent Dilfer. Thompson finding some wide open territory and just settles in. This was trying to confer over here on the far side. See exactly where he went out of bounds. Personal foul against San Jose State. And that's going to tack on about another 15 yards.
No, he pointed the other way, didn't he?
Okay, I'm sorry, you're right. Yeah, Fresno State. Watch it right here. Now, this is a broken play now coming towards the end. As soon as Dilfer decides to roll out, the San Jose State man in that area, he comes up. Now, watch the blow right here. Bam! Does he knock D. Grayer on his backside before he's popped out by Freddie Smith? And now they're talking some trash right there. You see 25. Oh. That's Heshamu Kolar. He gets popped in the face. Good call by the official. Don't let this get out of hand.
Is it on the guys on the sideline?
Yeah,
tying up
is.
Kolar?
Here he is right here. This is Marty Thompson, 230 pounds. He's running an arrow route. He's not the primary receiver. Now he knows. Hey, over here, here. Gets his hands up. Nice catch. Now watch him deliver the blow here to Grayer. Bam! Now watch at the end of the play. Let's see what happens right here. If anybody, there's Kolar. See if he takes there it is right there. He takes a pop from one of the guys on the right side. Didn't get his number, and that's the call.
Wow. Lorenzo Neal. 1st down and 25. Very costly penalty because it came after the play was dead. So they have to go on a 1st and 25. Let's take a look at it and see who does this. Kolar on the Fresno State sideline.
I don't want to say it was Marquez Pope, but I think I see a 0 on a jersey on the far right side.
Pope wears 30. That's Marquez Pope. That's Mark. Now that's a great
Oh, man. No. Marquez, you got more sense, and you're a better guy than that.
Well, they don't get a chance to hit each other. They're often compared to each other. The two best safety men in this conference, Pope and Kolar, but that was just a cheap shot.
Yeah,
late cheap shot by Marquez Pope. 2nd and 17 for Dilfer. It's intercepted. Del Calgagno intercepts it for San Jose State.
Calcagno up with the big play, no question. We got a flag down there. It's going to be a holding call against Fresno State, which will be declined by San Jose State. Look for 19, dropping back, right where he belongs. Takes that crossing route away, almost loses the ball right there, ties it up, takes a pop. 1, 2, 3, 4 red shirts. But I'll tell you what, he is where he belongs. And again, we talked with the defensive coordinator, Donnie Ray. He said these guys have got to make some big plays, and there's one of them right there, right where he belongs. Take that curl deep in route away. Finally wrestled down on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys trying to get some help for Grayer, but just can't do it.
That's Calgagno's 2nd interception of the year. The main difference in the abilities of Trent Dilfer and Mark Barsotti, the experience. And Barsotti would not force that type of pass, the veteran senior. Dilfer does not have a firm grasp on this offense completely. That was a bad pass, forcing one in.
Absolutely.
1st and 10. There's Sean Ellerby. He fumbles the ball, and Oliver's got a shot. One of the dogs will pick it up. Fresno State football.
I think Steve Lee and Judd Full were over there on the ball for Fresno State. What a giveaway. What a give back. Unbelievable. Watch it right here. Now, this is the guy, Ellerby. He's got that 3rd gear. He kicks it into overdrive. He's going to take the pop from Stacy Wilcox right there. He just loses the football. There's 92, Judd Full on top of it. Now the ball's bouncing around Lee, and I think Lee's the one who came up with it.
Yes, Earl Oliver let it roll by, but Steve Lee, 51, will get on it.
Big 66 Earl Oliver over there, but it was Steve Lee who fell on it. His 2nd fumble recovery of the season.
Looked like Ellerby was either bobbling the ball or changing hands. Ron Rivers sweeping right. Nice tackle by Hashimu Kolar. 5:40 to play. And a very entertaining first half. 13-10 San Jose State. They come in 6-0 in the Big West Conference. They have not lost a game in this conference since late '89. They've won 14 straight.
Tell you what, I don't know about you, Greg, but I'm looking for a chance to pause and catch myself.
Yes.
These two teams won't let you do that. I mean, they're just out there buzzing around like bees around a honeycomb. It's unbelievable.
This game has not settled into a real rhythm yet. It's still...
Oh, there's a rhythm, but it's really going whippity-nil here.
Reverse to Frank Jones. Raymond Bowles runs him down. That's a linebacker. They list him as a rover back, outside linebacker type. He's the fastest linebacker on the West Coast, Terry Shea. A bit prejudiced.
See Kolar give him a pop right there. Don't be talking trash to those guys. Maintain yourself. Compose yourself. Let's get back to the huddle and set up for the next defensive play. But well played by Raymond Bowles, the junior outside backer.
He ran down the flanker, Frank Jones. He may be the fastest backer on the West Coast.
He's quick. He is quick.
3rd down and 4. Fresno State trailing 13-10 at the San Jose State 36-yard line. Neal and Rivers behind. And they got a little over-anxious, and they may get him a first down. If it's offside, Spartans, it'll be an automatic first down.
Depends on when that ball was snapped. You can jump, and if you come back across and reset, I think Billy Scott was in there at center for Fresno State, but there were some guys from San Jose.
Offsides, first down.
Right side of that defensive line came across. Scott, the center, doing a smart job. Now watch the center. As soon as he eyeballs, watch 75. See him, he's the offensive center. Watch the guys jump. Even though snap count's not here, he snaps that ball. Heads up play on the part of Billy Scott, the junior center, 6'4", 275. The jersey's crossed, snap it, pick up an easy 5.
That's where the 46 defense was a bit over-anxious. Chris Clark was going to blitz. 1st and 10. 4:15 to play late in this first half. Artie Thompson, the wide receiver in the slot there, is the tight end, number 80. Dilfer is looping it. And good coverage. Malcolm Sebrin is the intended receiver. D. Grayer makes the play. D. Grayer is the cornerback that the opponents have been trying to hit on all season long. The other side, Freddie Smith, is a senior and a very strong cover guy. They go after Grayer's side.
Watch him fight. Sebra never does have it away. Nice job on the part of D. Grayer. He goes up, slaps the ball away before he makes contact. Watch the right hand. See the right hand? Knocks it away. Of course, the left hand was kind of wrapped around the helmet just a tad, but what the heck. There's D. Grayer. He is happy.
They've been challenging him this year, but he is getting much better. That was a tremendous play there.
Excellent play.
He redshirted last year after walking on to make this Spartan program. 2nd and 10 for Dilfer. Throwing low. No catch. Ball was low. Again trying for the tight end, Thompson. Neshimu Kolar on the coverage. Now Dilfer hit 6 of his first 7. So since that point,
1 of 5.
He's cooled off a little bit, still over 100 yards.
You know, on that last pass, it looked like it was thrown behind his intended receiver and low. You got to get that ball at least belt high. Let your receiver cradle that ball in traffic when you're running an in route and you're over the middle like that. Don't put it down low behind him where it can be picked off or where your receiver cannot have a chance to come up with a catch.
He throws it away. Just threw it in the vicinity of Thompson, although very low, to avoid the sack. So it is 4th down and 10. The ball's on the 31-yard line. A field goal would be 48 yards in length. Their kicker, Mahoney, has made a 49-yard field goal, but they're going to punt the football. They're going to bring in Brad Siegel here and punt it away. Dilfer missing on 4 straight passes now, goes off. San Jose State dropping Neshimu Kolar back. They're very adept at blocking punts. And now they're going to call a timeout. Timeout called with 3:52 to go. Brad Siegel is an outstanding athlete, the punter. Last year, numerous times he would run for first downs. In high school, he was an outstanding track man. Spotted the field, Jack, where a lot of coaches would go for a field goal here or simply go for it. Although it is 4th down and 10, he may want to fake this. Although calling the timeout, certainly he's going to have Terry Shea prepared now.
They may have thought about going with the fake punt and, you know, running it again, the field goal. The ball's on the 31, plus 7 is 38, and 10 is 48 yards. Mahoney's longest this year has been 44. So, I mean, he can go deep. He had 51 yards last year against Northern Illinois, but let's see what happens here. Let's see exactly how San Jose State plays this. Let's see if they overload one side or another.
This guy Siegel won a state track meet in California. He was in high school, ran 100 meters in 10.9. Let's see. He has to go 10 yards, though. Very tough to ask him to run for it here. San Jose State is not dropping anybody back. Kolar's playing up.
So they're playing it safe. This is a safe return.
Siegel does punt it. And he's going to put it in the end zone. So their net is only going to be 11 yards. 31-yard punt, but it goes out to the 20. So whatever Fresno State wanted to do, Siegel did not execute it. Now he's hearing it from Jim Sweeney a little bit. 3:46 to go, first half. The Spartans will take it when we come back.
28!
You've never heard anything like it.
Did you hear it?
It's the video that speaks for itself.
This ain't a tennis match!
In a language that's all its own. Call this toll-free number now and find out what everyone is talking about in this fascinating video, The Hidden NFL. It's free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, the best way to capture all the drama of sports.
This is NFL, which stands for not for long when you make them...
Hidden mics and hidden cameras let you in on the NFL secrets in this fascinating video that you'll watch again and again.
Who's in charge of replay?
Call now to subscribe or renew for a full year. 54 issues, including the swimsuit issue for $1.29 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. The free video and a year of SR. Great gifts for the sports fans on your Christmas list. For faster delivery, use your credit card. Call now for your free video and to enjoy all the excitement of sports every week with Sports Illustrated.
Jim Sweeney's been the head football coach here at Fresno State for 14 years, but he went away for a couple in the middle of the 14 years to be a special teams coach with the Raiders and the Cardinals of the NFL. He can't be too happy with Brad Siegel. This called a timeout to pull him over to the sideline.
That's right.
And he kicks it in the end zone anyway.
I think he may have been talking to Brad about his scholarship or lack of one.
3:45 to go in the half. Maceo Barbosa. Marquez Pope trying to strip it. After he stopped him, he was reaching in trying to pull it away. Barbosa's already over 100 yards rushing, thanks to an 85-yard touchdown run earlier in the second quarter.
Well, you see him check him out, too. You see him walk back to the huddle and just look over there to the side, try to find number 30 in red. He meaning Pope, really gave him a pop because Barbosa went through that line like a rocket. For a moment from here, it looked like he might have another long touchdown run.
Marquez Pope was the same guy that leaned when he was on the sideline, took a shot at Haitian Mokola. His first touchdown run was 10 yards. San Jose State calls timeout here. The play clock was down to 2 seconds, and Garcia did not have them ready to roll. So the sophomore from Gilroy, California, somewhat in the middle of San Jose and Fresno, will go over and talk to Terry Shea. Bowling Green will be right in this stadium, Bulldog Stadium. That is where the California Raisin Bowl is being played every year. They will take on the winner of this game. But now with Fresno State leaving the Big West Conference, they're not going to play this game here anymore. Talk is that it may go to UNLV.
Yes, that's some talk I have heard too, calling it the Silver Bowl. But I'll tell you what, this is a tremendous facility right here in Fresno. Definitely as good a facility in a college town as you'll find in most college towns across the country. The people really back this school, this university, and its athletic department. It's unbelievable.
Here's a look at Bulldog Stadium expanded. There's the end of the field where they added seats. That used to be just grass out there. It was open-ended.
Now remember, they sold 40,513 seats for this, and it's being televised locally. So these people in a sea of red, you've heard about Nebraska, and they're red. In a sea of red, they are out here supporting this football team.
And that's a big reason why they are going to the Western Athletic Conference next year. This facility really is big time. Jeff Garcia, after talking about it with his coach, takes a sack. Steve Lee, the Roverback, having an active game, recovered a fumble earlier. He puts him down on his 4th quarterback sack of the year.
Good job again by that Fresno State defense. Trips formation to the near side, and they just hunched up inside and put all kinds of heat on Jeff Garcia. Did not allow him to get outside, and that's the main reason right there. Steve Lee, 240-pound senior, runs very well, and I'll tell you what, that man right there, Terry Shea, does not like that play. He can't afford to have that.
Terry Shea now facing a 3rd down and 13 from his own 18-yard line. 2:18 to play in the first half. Inside handoff. Barbosa gets 2 or 3. They'll have to punt the football against Steve Lee on the tackle. So Fresno State will be getting the football back.
A clock killer type play right there. If they go under 1 minute before halftime, and what Terry Shea did not want to do is put the ball in the air and give them an opportunity for an interception or whatnot. Just control, get a good punt away.
Todd Whitehurst, his second punt of the evening, came into the game averaging just under 39 a punt. Malcolm Sebring, 3rd best punt return to the Big West Conference, is back to Fresno. Sebring has to go and get it. And Calcagno, the linebacker, gets down and slams him. 38-yard punt for Todd Whitehurst. This will be Fresno State's 6th possession of the football game. The way it started, you thought they were going to have no problem with this team. They rushed it right down the field. 14 plays, 12 were rushing plays, 2 were passing. The last one, the TD toss to the tight end. But since that time, they have struggled.
Yeah, they really have, with the exception of the 3rd possession, which, as you can see, wound up in a field goal. Then it was intercepted by Calcagno, but that really didn't hurt because they got the ball right back the very next play when Ellerby fumbled.
Dilfer to Calvin Means. And he has a first down out of bounds at the San Jose State 42-yard line. Again, attacking D. Greer.
Yeah, there's the man, D. Greer, giving him all kinds of room. A little curl in, curl out type route. Greer, number 3, backing off the redshirt freshman, and Means reads that. He knows that, turns to the inside. Now watch a little stutter left, stutter right. Tries to get around him to the outside, but played pretty good by D. Greer after, but a good catch, a good route by Kelvin Means. 84 career receptions, 4th all time here at Fresno.
Senior playing his last home game here. They swing it out, and Lorenzo Neal say hello to Anthony Washington. The Rover back.
We saw Pope deliver a blow to Barbosa earlier, Pope being Fresno State's free safety. This time, Anthony Washington, the Rover, he gets a free lick. Little fake in there to the fullback to hold the linebackers, which it does. A quick screen to the outside, but I'll tell you what, fine job by Anthony Washington reading it all the way.
Loss of 7 on that play. Bulls blitzing, but Dilfer gets it off to Malcolm Sebron. 40, 35. He's near a first down, out of bounds at the Spartan 34-yard line. He stops the clock with 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Almost looks like a little middle screen, wide receiver middle screen. Dropping back, he'll set up. Boom, right across the middle. Good job by the men in red. Gets to the outside, steps away from Freddie Smith outside his block and almost turns the corner. Another shot right here. Good pressure coming from the linebackers on the outside, and that's what happens to a quarterback when it's so close. He gets the pop whether he has the ball or not.
Sebron was short, Jack. This is 3rd down and 2. Lorenzo Neal fighting for it.
He's still going. He is still going. Almost a premature whistle to a degree, but they had to stop before somebody got hurt. A whole lot of tacklers in there for San Jose State, but what a load this guy is. 6 foot 225.
He was one of the best wrestlers in the state of California in high school. He was 42-0 in high school in the heavyweight division, of course.
I would hope so.
Dilfer drives it down and stops the clock with 37 seconds to go. 37 seconds remaining. And now it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Dilfer, the redshirt freshman. Now the scoreboard has them for only 1 timeout, but I remember San Jose State taking a timeout. I think it's 2-2.
See, I can't remember that. I have that at 3-2 or 3-1.
Is it 3-1?
Yeah, 3-1 now, but I don't recall San Jose State.
Did Garcia take one?
Don't remember. He may have.
Garcia took one before one of his plays, and he got sacked on the ensuing play. Well, now they're taking a timeout. If that wouldn't make any sense at all for them to take a timeout here. They just grounded the ball. To take their last timeout with 37 seconds to go would really be strange.
Well, see, I thought they had 2 timeouts left.
I did too. I think the scoreboard may have given the timeout that San Jose State took. I think they took it off the board away from Fresno State. We'll check and see, but right now the scoreboard is Fresno State none remaining. Coming up at halftime, Jack, we're going to hear the conversation you had before the game with Coach Sweeney's son, Kevin Sweeney, one of the most prolific passers in all-time college football, well over 10,000 yards, and he has some great memories of this series. He was involved in the best game ever played in this series back in '86 when San Jose State beat him 47-40.
See him walking away.
There
look
he
at
is.
this. Look at that. You Jim's just, hey, listen, Kevin, look at that. And Kevin's going, yeah, I understand, Dad, but I'm not out there doing a darn thing I can do about it. Give me a little bit of slack. I'll tell you that we had a great time in our interview. He's a fun guy. You'll enjoy listening to him talk.
San Jose State is holding this team down. They lead the country, scoring 45.5 points a game. But they've only got 10 in the first half. Here's Dilfer under pressure on the second down. 2nd and 10. And he does throw it now. Incomplete. 29 seconds to go, trying to hit Ron Rivers.
Tremendous pressure in pursuit by the defense of San Jose State. Chris Clark was in there. He was putting some pressure on, but again, when a quarterback can't go down the field like that, you've got to give credit to the defensive secondary, and they were doing a fine job. They had every one of those wide receivers downfield covered.
This is 3rd down for Dilfer. Right now they're at the 30-yard line, so it's a 47-yard field goal. And Sweeney decided not to have him kick one of equal length moments ago. Dilfer's going to loop it for Sebron, overthrows it, and out of bounds.
Well played by number 3, D. Grayer. He was playing Malcolm Sebron. Sebron could run a little curl and go, stop and go, and I'll tell you what, D. Grayer had none of it. Excellent. Well played by the redshirt freshman.
Well, now they're going to try the long field goal. And if they miss, San Jose State won't have long to go for a field goal try of their own. With only 22 seconds to go. Mahoney here will try a 47-yarder. His longest this year is 44. He has only missed 2 field goals all year. Both came from 43. And this one's no good. He pulls it wide left. Mahoney missing his 3rd field goal of the season. And the Spartans take it with 18 seconds to go at their own 30-yard line.
Don't realize how important kickers are, Greg, until you don't have them do their job. How about Bryan today for California? Missed the 3 field goals in a situation where would have kept Cal in the ballgame against Stanford in a big game, another big game. You've got to get those. Sometimes they're a little long. We'll understand that, but you still got to come through.
Jeff Garcia needs to get his team out to the Bulldog 30 to have a reasonable shot at a field goal, so they got to pick up here 40 yards.
Give her one shot, see what happens. If nothing, then run the clock out.
2 wide receivers bottom of the screen, 1 top. Leon Hawthorne to the slot. They're going to run Barbosa, hoping he possibly could break it and then break outside and stop the clock, but that won't happen. Earl Oliver is on the hit. And somewhat of a surprise, the way it started, certainly. We thought we were going to have a high-scoring game, but as it settled in, the team settled in, and so did the respective defenses. After one half of football in the showdown game, Spartans 13, the Bulldogs 10.
Southern California car buyers. Geo Metro Smart Lease from GMAC. As low as $139 a month. Special limited Geo Metro lease. 45 miles per gallon city, 50 miles per gallon highway. As low as $139 a month. Southern California Chevrolet and Geo dealers.
If you're living to today's beat, you'll love the Limbo Maniacs, Perubu, and 14 other new music artists on Music Matters, the free CD that's yours only from Details, the men's magazine for the 90s, written to today's beat. We cover the music scene from every angle and hit the world streets to find the styles you want to wear. We interview those who are cool and those who are hot. And our features take you from a cross-country trek with Nicolas Cage to the front lines of today's most provocative events. Details captures the excitement of sports from courtside to trackside to mountainside and makes you laugh with comics you won't find in the Sunday funnies. Details for every man who wants the best the 90s have to offer. Subscribe now for just $1 an issue and get the electrifying Music Matters CD free with your paid subscription.
Call 1-800-972-1600 to order Details and get your free CD today.
Hi, I'm Ann Ligori. Each week I sit down with a personality from the world of sports and do some serious talking, one-on-one. I get beyond the statistics and explore the individual behind the athlete, their secrets, their struggles, their interview on all kinds of issues. And we have a lot of fun, too. So join me, won't you, on this week's Sharp Sports Interview.
Fresno State Bulldogs coming into this football game a 10-point favorite over San Jose State, but after 30 minutes they trail by 3, and what they're building here is the final showdown between these two fierce rivals. Greg Pop and Jack Snow back with you. Very good football game, and early on the two teams went right at their strengths. Fresno State tried to rush the football heavily. San Jose State went with the deep ball, but then later on they went to everything they had in the offense.
Well, when you stop and look at these two teams, we talked about it as the ball game began. What Sweeney wants to do, he wants to take the football, spend a lot of time and grind it out. What Coach Terry Shea wants to do, get the ball back in a hurry, utilize that defense of his to get the ball on a turnover, and then spend as little time as possible moving it down the field and getting some quick scores. The first time now, again, remember, it was almost 7 minutes it took for Fresno State to score. They won 67 yards or 72 or some ridiculously tremendous amount. Yes. And that's exactly what happened for Sweeney, and that's what he wanted. Now, Shea's got to come back, settle down, but I'll tell you what, they've been getting some great play in that defense for San Jose State.
Heading into this game, we didn't know who was going to start a quarterback for either club. It was Garcia starting for San Jose State. He looks very solid. Trent Dilfer overall played pretty well. He had 6 of his first 7. He had one period there where he struggled. He did force one ball and got picked off, but right now the quarterbacks are pretty even.
Yeah, I would think so. But still, at this juncture of the ballgame, coming into the second half, I've got to give the edge a little bit to Jeff Garcia, a little quicker. And the one thing that he does that Dilfer hasn't been able to do yet tonight is to read the coverages in the secondary. And you don't want to misread in a ballgame of this magnitude.
Now, although Jim Sweeney wouldn't tell us heading into the game, both you and I felt that if Mark Barsotti didn't start, he wouldn't play. But he is dressed in this football game. He does have a soft cast on that left foot. Is it beyond the realm of possibility he may come in and play in the second half?
Well, you know, Greg, anything is possible. Is it probable? Yeah, I would say it would be probable, but you've got to stop and remember now he's wearing that cast. He has very little mobility. If they utilize him, he'll probably come in and use a 3-step drop if he comes in at all, or maybe goes from the shotgun, but you're taking a tremendous chance because I don't think he is mobile enough at this point right now to escape any pressure from San Jose State.
Got to be tough for him to be over on the sidelines watching this great football game. San Jose State and Fresno State. Let's now learn more about the respective universities, and we'll start in San Jose with San Jose State University.
It turns out the reason we're constrained in direction here...
I really look back upon the university, and I perceive in my bones really the classical university, the center of learning. There's kind of a lifeblood flowing through the university, and it's always been the center and repository of learning, of inquiry, of scholarly contemplation. I really look upon it in that way. Even though I come from the engineering school, which is a professional school, I'd like to see us keep the common core of scholarly inquiry open.
For 1986-87, Dr. Artisan Fields.